right. We are here. Welcome back to the channel. We are here for the live stream as per usual. Raiders, Tirol vs. Paris Musketeers. I think this should be an interesting game. I'm not 100% bought into Paris yet. They've been such a strange team over the last couple of weeks that they kind of like were a bit of a dark horse team, and now they've just been really weird. I don't know. I'm not vibing with them right now. So we'll see how they come about it. The Raiders have been terrible all season, to be completely honest. So there's a lot of question marks on this one. What's up, Tyrese? How you doing, brother? It's been a weird one. I don't really know what to think of either team. Right, let me get my links up on the Instagram story. It's mostly why I'm doing it now. So I don't really need to put it on Reddit or anything, because there's no point. People on Reddit know who I am by this point. And we're all good. Most of my stuff's on Instagram anyway. I'm going to do an immaculate grid. I'm going to do the Pro Football Focus immaculate grid. While I wait, I put the live up. We've got 10 minutes. I've got some time. I've got my thing ready for when we actually get to the game. I've got a schedule. Let's get up PFF. Mac. You look grid. I'll start the baseball one, and then I'm gonna go to the football one. Would have been the thing. What up, mum? We're right. Let's do this one while we wait. I'm going Hill. What was his name? J Hill. Jeremy Hill? Pretty first Jeremy Hill? Jeremy Hill had 10 rushing touchdowns, I want to say. If I can find him, that is. We'll just wait for it. We got 10 minutes. So we got time. I've been doing these quite a lot. It's Jerry Hill. This is my side thing at the moment. I've been spending a while on these, and I'm not even very good at them because I'm a little bit out of sync. Jeremy Hill. That, I think, is the right one. Yes, it is. First round pick, 10 plus rushing touchdowns in one season. There's a lot that come to mind. I'm just gonna go for there's so many players that come to mind. It's hard to kind of think of one. I'll go for Watson. Actually, JJ Watt would be better. I'll go JJ. 9% with JJ. First round pick for the Browns. Again, quite a lot. I'm going to go for Tim Couch. 10% went Tim Couch. Okay. See, these ones are hard because I'm not a follower of any of these teams. I'm a Patriots fan, so I got kind of test myself a little bit with these ones. Todd Gurley has had I don't think it's for that season. He didn't have a 10 rushing touchdown season. Todd Gurley didn't. That was kind of a surprise. I know he played for the Falcons, but I'm trying to think who else. I'm really surprised he never had a touchdown. 10? Really? Todd Gurley never did? Hold on. Todd Gurley. He was amazing. How did he not have a 10 rushing touchdown season? I really want ELFPD. I've messaged them about it. I'm like, can you... Yeah, you got... It is specifically... He got 9 with Atlanta. That's so tough. That's actually brutal. He had 9 with Atlanta. Oh, man. I'm trying to think of some of these ones while we wait. I'm so out of sync. I really, really, really wish ELFPD could do this with European football. I think it'd be so fun. You have an American flag or just players. I've got my pick'ems in as well. Me and Chris are currently tied somewhere around 22nd, 23rd. Paris Musketeers 9-16. I've got them winning this one. Tomorrow I have Nordic and Munich winning by both 17 plus because it's quite tough. It's quite unfortunate. That's this weekend of games It's not going to be crazy close, I don't think, in my opinion. It could be. There's always room for upsets. But I don't see any massive upsets going in this one. And then the AFLE have... I kind of stopped doing the pickups for the AFLE because it got a little long. Got Paris Lights versus Rhine, which is going to kick off at the same time as this one does. And then Alpine and Vienna. Rhine should win that very comfortably. Vienna should win that really comfortably. London should win that really comfortably. Panther should win that very comfortably. So not crazy going on this week, in my semi-professional opinion. But like, still, we get to watch football, so I'm happy with it. And this game is actually one of the more interesting ones, I think, of the year. We'll see how it turns out, but I'm kind of excited to watch it. Now I need to think more about this one. I'm thinking of like quarterbacks. I'm thinking because the Flacco. There's been so many different players that have played for him, but 72%, that's wild. Who played for the Browns and the Falcons? I'm trying to think of like... Again, Browns have had a lot of busts over the last couple of seasons, one of which is surely have gone to the Falcons. I'm kind of thinking, I don't know why. I have like Jeff Okuda here. I'm not sure if Jeff Okuda played for the Texans though. Did Jeff Okuda play for the Texans? Oh, that was good. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. Jeff Okuda's kind of coming clutch there. Let's try and get Bijan. He's got 10. Yeah. And then first round pick with 10 rushing touchdowns in the season. Has CMC go on? Gibbs was also a first round pick. But I could also go for someone like... I'm trying to get historical because you'll get better points for it. Less people are going to name the historical players. But I'm trying to remember if they're first round picks because... But like Dickerson would have been in. Eric Dickerson was going to be a first round pick, right? Yes, he was. Okay. We're good. We're good. I got 2 spots and 1 guest left, so I'm not going to fill out the whole grid first time. I got tripped up by Todd Gurley not being a 10 touchdown scorer, unfortunately. Texans, Bengals, or Browns, Falcons. I'm probably missing someone quite obvious, I feel. There's always like a Brandon Cooks style. There's always a Brandon Cooks style because he's been in so many different clubs. Browns, Falcons. I feel like I'm missing someone there. Quarterbacks. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Receivers. Again, nothing coming to me. Linemen are usually the ones I'm going to struggle with most. Joe Hayden never played for anyone like that. I'm not so sure about these last 2. I'm struggling on these ones. I got, 3 minutes to figure it out. I need to close the chat as well because that's going to break everything if we don't have that. And close that one up too. We've got EFA for our stats and information. Where is our... There we go. Because so far, it's been quite a weird year. We've got only 2 quarterbacks that have positive touchdowns to interception ratio, which is super strange. I'm not sure how it is. I know in this one it's drastically different because just how weak the defenses are. And I'm not trying to be critical. The weaker defenses are in the AFLA. You definitely do have a lot of great quarterbacks in the AFLA. Ben Holmes, of course, is outstanding. Wong is amazing. Sullivan's a former OPOY. Kenji played for some practice squads, but it's just, it's a different level when it comes to the defense. And the defenses have been really good, but we are lacking a lot of running back talent. It's just Glenn and Rodney who are competing for that top title. Receivers, all Americans. No one really outside Americans are going for it. What's up, Ricardo? And do you feel like the defense has been better this year? Like we've had new players like Barbarous has kind of broken out as an exciting player. Galeno looks fantastic. Like there's a lot of Europeans around. Sacks, we've had Malumba's done great, Jack Lau's done great, EJ's done really, really well, Sai as well. Like been a lot of interesting players, but it's just been a little slow start for the quarterbacks. I think everyone can agree. Joe Mixon, that's a great call. That is a great call. Joe Mixon, running back. There we go. So we got a decent score. I haven't got the last one. We failed in that one. But to be honest, I'm really happy with the Jeff Okudah pick. Like, also he busted for the Lions. I know he played for the Falcons. And I had like just a fleeting image of him playing for the Vikings, obviously, and then for the Texans. That was a Hail Mary of Hail Marys, but it worked out pretty well. I think the best one I've ever done was Jose Bosingua. It was like 0.4%. I've done some football ones, like soccer football ones. And Jose Bosingua was definitely my best pull. I was very happy with that one. I don't even know what club this is. Boston Break. I'm never going to get that. So I won't even attempt to do that one. What we got for basketball? Can I name some of these? To be fair, I probably could. Robinson. We got David Robinson. Knicks, 10 plus rebound. Ewing. Would have had that. Yeah, all NBA and 10,000 rebounds. We'll go Shaq. This could be very much a pretty easy one. John Starks, did he play for them? Oh man, I messed up. John Starks played for the Knicks. What's up? We're a couple minutes away from the game. It'll be starting soon. I got it wrong. Damn, that's kind of unfortunate. All NBA and Nets. I'm just gonna go Kate Durant. He made All NBA with it, and that's right. Yeah. These ones I'm gonna struggle with more. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, I went for Robinson, so I can't reuse him. Wemby's French. Tony Parker was not American. Neither was Manu Ginobili, who's just like a dude that plays for the Spurs. I am getting very distracted, but I'm still waiting for this to go on. All NBA American. I'm just gonna put LeBron in there just to shoehorn him in. 11% only went for LeBron. I guess people were trying to be different, get the low scores. Who's like a Spurs player right now? I'm not super. I'm very much a casual when it comes to the NBA. I will admit, massive casual. John Starks is just my rogue one. But apart from that, I'm very much a casual when it comes to that kind of to the NBA. And I've already used my Robinson pick. We are very close now to our regularly scheduled programming. We still got a good 18 minutes, so I got time. I need to know everyone. I need to do, if I can do polls. Oh. Lots of people messaging me at the same time because obviously both leagues are kicking off. I'm in about 1 million different group chats. Here's the thing, right? I want to do a post on my website about players that have kind of like underperformed. Like, I think with the FDF boys, they get a lot of shit for doing like the players that have just not done very well. I think they have every right to tell people who they don't think has done very well. But like, if I did a whole post being like, these are 5 players I think have underperformed, I think I might get crucified. I'm not opposed to doing it. It just seems like maybe adding salt to a wound. I think Raiders is a possible upset, potentially. Like, but they've been so strange. If we go to the team again, the EPFR, it's a fucking goat for having all of this combined. Like, I don't use any other stats other than EPFR. Under 60% completion, passing, only 8 explosive plays. That's 10 less than Nordic, for example. 6 interceptions, 4 passing touchdowns. 8 sacks is not like good at all. Only 69 rushing attempts, which is just insane to me that they've only had like near, let's say 70, just to round it off, and 100 passing attempts. They're passing more than rushing, which I cannot say I've ever seen the Raiders do before. Only 3.3 yards per run, and only 2 rushing touchdowns. This is coming from a team that had, I think, second in the league. How many did that's right, because for some reason, like the ELF stats are actually still there, which I'm very surprised by, to be completely honest. Maybe they're still there. They were there the other day. It says team leaders. We can go into like, oh, here we go. So rushing, Hasavanta had 178 on his own. He definitely does not have that anymore. I don't think he's going to get anywhere near that this season, considering, where's he at the moment? If we go into individual player profiles, we go Raiders, we go Haas. He's got 25 rushing attempts in 3 games. You know, it's not great. 3.4 yards per carry. Last year was on 5.8. 1 touchdown, 1 explosive run. Now 14 last year. It obviously doesn't have explosive runs, but it has a lot more than. That's 58 first downs. So I'm assuming they're not going to be all under 10 yards. Like, yeah, it's strange. Very strange. I don't know, they're splitting carries, but Benatti, I don't think has really done much at all, to be honest. Like, yeah, 21 attempts, like, very similar. And then Tonko with 10 attempts, a little bit more on the yards per carry. But, yeah, disappointing from the Raiders. Unusual approach from them. Jai's got 1 sack. There's been a couple players, like Adrian's had a couple targets, but again, they're like passing a lot, but they're not completing it often at all. Where is Steven? Again, that's not, it's not great. Yeah. And also, and that is true. Centurions did exist. The Centurions did exist. I've completely forgot about Centurions, man. I miss them for real. God, they were fun. They were terrible, but they were fun. Have we had these teams play before? Raiders versus... No, we have not. No Raiders versus any Musketeers. Interesting. No, that's not historical, right? I don't feel like these guys have played each other. Right, we are starting to fill up. We'll wait for that for a bit. It's still quite a while off the kickoff. Yeah, I just want to see more of the Raiders run, to be honest. First time. Okay, that makes sense. There are very, very different conferences in terms of old ELF alignment, so I'm not entirely surprised to never see them play each other, but also Paris haven't been great either. Again, 50% completion, which is not good at all. Less sacks, it says. More explosive plays, but 4 passing touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Not good at all. They've been a little bit more successful with the run than the Raiders, but again, not great. Defensively, they've obviously been better. I think if you look outside the stats on that one, it's more of a tape study you need to do for that, because they're not 41 points worse than the Ravens. They're not. Like, they're very clearly not 41 points worse. Here we go. That's precious. We are in Paris. The Raiders are in the white and black. It's completely unrelated. I'm peaceful. Why did that go away? It came up and then it's gone, but it's on the stream chat still. I don't know why I did that. I did not have any say over that. Let me go on my own stream and read it. Little streamception now. For those peaceful hope about myself. With her man, critical over, and then it just says T. Didn't see. For some reason, that's cut itself off. Feel free to retype. I don't know why it's done that. There we go. Chris has like 3 things of mine and makes fly out loud. To be fair, same thing for me. She's working right now, so she's doing her thing. I have not been working all day, so I've been very lazy. So I've been doing a few errands, but yeah, definitely I've been very lazy. Okay, so we actually have a new couple signings announced. I haven't got into them a lot because I've been doing the aforementioned errands, but hopefully a little bit of a rejuvenated team. Yeah, it's no good. It's all good. You're all good. Hopefully a rejuvenated team, because they needed a little bit of it. The Raiders definitely need a little bit of it. I would say this is definitely the best upset alert game of the week. Look at the tabs we got. We had if we put them together, because why not? Let's just put all of them together. We got EFA, ELF, AFLE, just a hodgepodge. I'm gonna have this one up just because I'm interested to see the score. Definitely not because there's money involved with legal money, gambling. There's a big, there's open lines on that game, so I can pay some attention to it. Right, here is the official. But again, I'm skeptical because it doesn't have Moko on there, which of course who you would expect to be starting. So I don't know. Not sure. I don't mind the graphics. I like it. Looks cool. But I want a good game too. I want it to be good. I want it to be Raiders-esque with a bit more run. I want both quarterbacks to actually be accurate, because that's something that both of them have struggled with. I want Paris to just stop turning the ball over so much. Who has like that? Oh, we don't have like a turnover ratings, I guess, for each team. Like, we have league leaders, we have like team leaders. I was interested to see who has the most takeaways. I guess I could just look at 6. There's only 6 of them, right? Defense. Okay, it says interceptions. There's fumbles recovered. Forced fumbles 2, fumbles recovered is 4. So I'm not 100% sure how it works. But yeah, I feel like the Raiders defense has been like lacking a little bit from previous games I've watched. It's been fine, but it's just not creating many big plays, which I thought it might do a bit more of. But I guess we'll see. Hopefully we see a lot more of this team. We got Lutz back, the giant teenager, the offensive line. I know he went down a couple weeks ago. We still have some talented players in Innsbruck, and I hope that we actually get to see them maybe take the wheels off a little bit. Because it's been a bit like flat, right? Flat. It's good. I think that's a good way to describe the Raiders' beginning of the season. First, third quarter. There's Bonatti. There's Max. We're scrolling through. I don't know who that is by off their face. But he's a big dude. And there is Grajewski, who absolutely needs to do okay this game. I think I said in my 100 predictions I don't think anyone was going to get cut. I'm not going to say he's going to get cut because I don't think he's at that level. But, like, he's on the hot seat, right? I think we can all agree that. How fun is it that we went from only running and asking to stop running to not running at all and being begged to run? It really is like that. Such a strange position we find ourselves in. I never thought I'd see the Raiders passing more than they are running. Yeah, that focus was bad. I do agree. All the focus on that one was not quite there. French national anthem. People still coming in from the stands. Hopefully, it gets to get a bit more full towards the start of the game. And then we got a World Cup later, which England I think play what? When do England play? They're in like the last group, so I don't think it's not till later. Yanni's not playing. There's Yanni with the blondish hair. That's quite important. That's going to be a lot easier for Stephen to be able to get maybe away with a few risky throws. Number 10, I did an image from 2019, was under 14. He's one of the fastest people in Tirol. Number 10, that's, where is he at? Number 10. Where is he at? Where is number 10? This is no Aaron Jackson as well, by the way, which is, now that I'm thinking about it, is pretty horrendous. We need a few days away, yeah. I mean, life is good. Life could be better when it comes to European American football because it's a fucking mess in terms of just like what's going on. Like we got players, I call it the Great Divide. We've got players all over. Like we don't have Kyle anymore. He's over in the GFL. We've got Ben Holmes over in the EFA League. We've got Jadron over here in the EFA. Like talent is distributed around. Don't get me wrong. The talent is mostly focused in the EFA. I don't think many people would deny that. But we are in a bit of a weird situation. Felix Cadner. I know the name. The name rings a bell. I've definitely read the name before. Alright, so we got Austin. We need to see more from Austin. This is another key point. He has been irrelevant, I dare say. Yes, I definitely have seen the name before. Now that you said it, that he was in the AFL, definitely know who he is. We go to Musketeers. Austin Mitchell. 5 receptions for 78 yards. And one of those catches went for 31. So he's been nothing. Weeds in the GFL. I saw the other day, same touchdown to the session. God, I miss him. I miss him too, man. He was fun. Like, with Weed, you just never knew. You go into a Cologne game, prime Cologne, like 24 Cologne, and you just never knew what was going to happen. Could be a pick, could be a 60-yard rushing touchdown, could be the biggest comeback ever in the ELF history, or it could be a stinker for 4 interceptions and 6 fumbles. You never quite know. Right. We got a coin toss coming up soon. People still coming in. Let's hope that crowd fills up a little bit more because it's kind of empty right now, which is not what we want. So 61 is the new sign there. The guy with his hands out, warming up. Kranovic. I haven't watched a bunch of tape on him, but he's a big dude. All right, who we got for Paris? We need more from Austin. He's got very long arms. Like, look at Austin's arms. He's got very long arms. Okay, here we go. Let's get it kicking. Let's see what we got. I'm still a little nervous for the Raiders. Yeah, Serbia is big. Yeah, he looks huge. He does look huge. I'm like a little bit nervous for the Musketeers. I think, again, if Ajax was playing, I'd feel a lot more good about it. But he isn't, so I don't. But with Ajax out, though, hold on, hear me out now. With Ajax out, they do have an American receiver. They did announce one. However, how much are they really going to give him the ball? They're more likely to probably just run the rock. Right? I agree. It can't really be much worse than last week. I think we're going to see a bit of vintage Raiders in this game now that I'm thinking about it. They're not just going to be like, you know what? Let's just give this random receiver that has only been here 3 days, like 6 targets. Or you could go back to your 3 great running backs and run the rock. He broke his shoulder. Damn, he's going to be out for a while then. A shoulder injury. It might be out for the year, to be completely honest. If you can't even lift your arm up, that's going to be a big problem. I think I'm kind of getting a little bit more excited now. You know what? Can I still do my pick'ems? I'm just going to lower it. Do I switch? I'm going to go down to 4 to 8. Do I switch? Do I switch to the Raiders? I haven't got long. I've got a couple seconds. I'm gonna keep Harris, but I think it's gonna be close. I think Marco could have a big one. I think Marco could be big. Well, Marco will be probably the more reliable receiver, considering Steven already has somewhat of a connection with Marco. But I think they would be clever to run the fuck out of the rock. Oh, it's not that bad. Okay. It's just like a small one. I get what you mean. I'm not sure. Desiccated. Oh, that could be it. Yeah, desiccated would be better. Not as bad as broken. Just came out of the socket. To be fair, English is like your second or third language, so don't apologize ever for getting one thing wrong. Some of his arm's not working. Here's Marco. Okay. Now let's see how they operate. We've kind of diagnosed that without your American receiver and your 3 really good running backs, it's not the worst idea to be running a rock 25, 30 times a game. Let's see what they do. Because their offensive line, again, their offensive line is okay. It's not as bad as Prague's. They can run the ball okay with a bit of size. They've got Rodlauer. He's a very good offensive lineman. Run the rock, Raiders. I want to see some vintage Raiders. Look, they got... He made it work. He made it work. But that was worrying. I don't know. That toss looked very slow. I don't know what that toss was. But they were in with extra linemen, kind of Nordic Storm-esque. That's how we saw them moving Ravens-esque. They're running a ton of motions with an eligible receiver that was just an extra lineman. So 18 is a new American. There we go. Small, short passes and running the rock. You're back to the... They back to the sticks now? Got a couple yards on that one. That's what we want. You know why most is fucking Sink Sweeting, man. I thought he was going to be really good. Sink Sweeting. I think it was Sink. Or Sinkwe. It might be Sinkwe. I'm not 100% sure. But Mr. Sweeting. he was a fun player to watch before he came to the Raiders, and he didn't really do too much to the Raiders. He fumbled the ball in the playoff in that Munich game, but he was a fun player to evaluate. Here's Steven going for a little bit of a rainbow ball. He's way overshot. Not the best, I'll admit. But it's the first day we get of Mr. Carter. Let me have a look, actually, where he played. Of course, I've seen the name. I just need to actually make sure I know who I'm talking about. Raiders. They announced it just a couple of days ago because they've also got an American defensive back, which is Trey Rucker. Not sure who's injured. Probably... what's his name? Forgotten who he is. Yeah, that's the one. The jet sweep. Oh, Austin's doing some things. He was definitely out of bounds. Yeah. Yeah, Sink Sweeten. The guy that was on the jet sweep and he fumbled it and slipped. But you are right, that's quite a lot of guys. So Jalen Carter. Or Jalen Carter? I think it's Jalen Carter. Let's search him up. Oh, there you go, blocking the back. Jalen Carter. Murray State, that's the one. So he's slight. He's only 165 pounds. When he was in college, he was 165 pounds. He participated in 4 years at Murray. Was never like a starting receiver per se, but did get 30 catches in his senior year, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. So he was a decent, if that is the same Jalen Carter, which I'm pretty sure it is. He's an okay player. Murray State D1 or a Murray State D2? And he played it in Illinois. It might be a different one. Oh, Zach's going to rainbow it out straight away. Damn. Wilson, not a great start for him. He's not looked great this year, I'm not going to lie. I think Jamal was a fan of him. I wasn't so much. Here we go, though. That's like the biggest play that we've seen from Austin in the whole season, pretty much. Yeah, I was a big Kobe Hilton fan. I think Kobe's the one that, Kobe Hilton's injured. They got number 9 in, who we haven't seen other than that one play. But he looks big. He looks very big. I'm kind of covering him. But still. Defender. Not much space out there. Good little collapse the pocket quite well there. Collapse the run a little bit. They have not been able to run the ball to too much success. But it's weird. I felt like they had a few runs with Defender. I think it's more of those screens with him that they were actually hitting on. But that's big that they ended up the game with a big play. Hopefully Raiders make this game tighter than the handicap suggests. Tight formation on the first play is a good idea. But a horrible toss. Parrots weren't getting out nickel, I agree. Because they've also got no Yannick Orfel. Yannick Orfel was injured for this game. Is there a great safety down? So I think they're going to be playing a lot of pressure. He is very big. He is. Oh, he is. The safety is. Yeah, he looks rocked up. He looks like a big dude. But not trying to run that ball. Looks a little loose there. I'm not gonna lie. That ball looks a little like the point was going upwards. That concerns me. I need to keep an eye on the ear on the commentary too, because I need to grade that later, 1 to 5. See what Edwards does. They got Marker playing at tackle. Interesting. He could definitely play tackle, but he's a college starter at guard. Edwards going empty. A lot more time there. Going for the deep shot. Oh, close. No signs. So I don't see a ref there. I think he's decided to touchdown. It's a great throw and a great catch if it is. Let's see another angle. Here we go. Because I didn't see a referee decision there. But it looks like a touchdown. Edwards looked much more comfortable in the pocket there, by the way. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a touchdown. I think. Looked like it was. The shadow didn't help. Touchdown. Nice, nice, nice. They going to review that? No review? Tegadam has been good. Tegadam has been arguably a top 3 European receiver right now. I'm not going to lie. It seems to be him at Edvin. Like, there's not really been a big time European receiver this year. Which is sad, right? I feel like we don't have a No Torre, we don't have a Spiller, we don't have a JFC. Not in this league. Kind of unfortunate. I miss him. I miss watching him play. Confirmed a touchdown. A kind of flawless first drive there from Paris. Can't complain. Did the commentator just say, that's the backup? I hope he didn't. Oh, he is also. Okay. I was concerned. I thought he thought that there was some kind of trick play and Tegadam was just out there as the backup. Nice little corner out. Is that Fabi on him? Just a bit too slow. Kind of turned his head a bit early. Ooh. I was going to say a little bobble on the ball there. What was that? Oh, that to me doesn't look like a touchdown. So that's caught there. Does not survive the ground. I'm not so sure about that one. Okay, here's Carter. I'm not so sure about that. We'll review it at half. We'll make a few notes at halftime for the referee performance, for the commentary performance, etc., etc. It was Fabi that gave out the touchdown. Carter needs to kind of come up here. Again, though, with the Raiders, it could kind of have a bit of an identity crisis when it comes to their receivers. Sink Sweeting, short, small, fast. Carter, short, small, fast. Ajax, a bigger guy. Sydney was more of a bigger guy. The dude with all the spectacular catches, Darian Chafin, bigger guy. Jarvis was kind of the only guy they had was not one of those prototypes because he's a rocked up dude, but he's also shorter. He's about 5'10". He's not like a 5'9", 5'8" receiver. So, yeah, Raiders and identity crises kind of go hand in hand. They have the exact same thing with quarterbacks. They can't decide if they want a mobile guy or an RPO guy. Okay, here we go. More of this. More of this. Because we know that the Paris Musketeers defense will break. Munich didn't score 41 by accident, and then Munich scored 41, predominantly opening up the game with the running game because of Justin Rodney. And they have 3 running backs that can run pretty hard. And they are playing nickel. Oh, are they playing nickel? Yeah, Karamoka's in there, which is technically a nickel, but like he's also a really hard hitter, so. No flags on Platzcomber, but another incompletion. Let's get back to the run, boys. Enough of this passing malarkey. Back to the run. I don't want to see. Actually, to be fair, I'm alright with a bit of RPO. RPO I can go with. They won a lot of flags. All of them were calling for flags. I didn't really see the whole moment. It's kind of tough. Here we go. Another pass. Outside. This way too high. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now we're in 3rd and 10. It could have been a 3rd and 6, a 3rd and 5, and it makes it a lot more easy. Now you've got to pass it, pretty much. Yeah, man. Raiders, they're straying too far from the roots. Go on, be a ballsy play and score a draw now. Fuck it. They're playing a nickel now. I should probably a dime. Dime is 60 views, right? He did lose the ball. He got to the 50. But Steven has dropped the ball twice now. I know as a pitch, kind of not his fault. And that was also really just forced fumble by Jack Lau, who has been fucking unbelievable this season. But like, you know what I mean? They're going to punt, 4th and 4. I guess they could try and pin. See if they can try and pin back the Musketeers. Again, if you ran this earlier, punt is up in a little bit of a spanner one. Angle doesn't help us too much here, but he is taken down. Okay, how was a TD? The TV refuses to connect to any kind of Wi-Fi, so I got to move rooms. It was kind of like not really a touchdown. It was a corner route from the slot with Tekadam. And it was a nice throw, but it kind of looks like he caught it, hit the ground, the ball kind of came out, and he kind of brought it back in. But out of bounds. So I don't think it would have been a score. They did say they reviewed it. But I'm not so sure. It didn't look like a score to me. Slightly controversial. Let's see what Paris has got. Raiders can't really afford to keep passing this ball, though. I really would like to see them run it a lot more. Let's see what Paris has got. First drive looked great. We actually saw a lot more of Austin in this one. And Magic went airborne twice. 2 good throws. Yeah, I'm not surprised they take another shot too. They got a linebacker. They got 3 linebackers in. They don't have anyone on. Okay, they're going to run the ball. They've had nothing on the run, to be fair. Stanley has done well there. So look, Stanley just beats the man. Nice inside move. Very nice. I always butcher his name, but we love Stanley. Stanley's a very underrated player. If I'm doing underrated players, which I will be doing at some point, Stanley's probably one of them. I think Stanley's good. I like Stanley. That was a very nice move. Let's watch Stanley again. Let's play. Big 91 in the middle. He's been there forever, right? Ricardo would probably tell me more, but like he's been there for a long time. Remy gets dragged out of bounds, 27, a bit too slow. Is that Bulgarian? But that loss kind of went away there immediately. They're just slow to get to these positions, you know. Full stop in the tackle. Didn't look at it to me. Wouldn't say that was a full stop personally. Maybe on display. Hold on. Maybe he's on display. Yeah, I like Sam. He's a good player. I like Dobson and him together. I feel like Dobson could become as good as Stanley if he puts in the right work. They're pretty similarly built. There we go. There's Jai and Stanley and Dobson all around. Stanley's a bit bigger. Obviously, he's older. I think Dobson's like, what, 20, 21? But both of them could be starting D tackle. He could, like, Dobson could be a starting D tackle for 10 years for this team if he wants to be. Yes, first time I was in Innsbruck, I was passing on the facilities. He was getting out of practice and talking for 10 minutes while walking. Yeah, I've never spoken to him, but, like, I've only heard good things from Stanley, so I have great respect for his game as well. Like, the future of the Raiders kind of could be there, but if they just get a little bit more. Like, you got Stanley, I'm not sure how old he is, but, like, he's been there for a while, but not sure how old he is. But you like Hobson's like young. You got Mensah, who is just like injured all the time, but like has potential. You got Tonko, who's like it's still I think a teenager. If he's not a teenager, he's very close to being a teenager. Fourth down. Just skip ahead because I had to review the tackle. I'm gonna mute while I break off some of this chocolate. I got some of the, I can't remember what it's called. Like really thick, proper thick chocolate. Oh, it's damn good. Here we go. Very high punt. Takes a Raiders bounce. Here we go. And let's run the ball. 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 Oh, you got a lot of size. I don't want to see anything else except running the ball. Lutz as well. Another good young player in the Raiders. There's a number of good young Raiders talents. There is. My bad. It is pretty cool. It's literally just... Whoop, now you can. It's very helpful. It's helpful when I'm on like... with tabs as well. Like me and Tabs record our audio and our visual is separate. So he'll record it and he'll be able to send me all that's on separate, fucking files. So everything I've said is recorded, but it's still pretty helpful to have. And it's a good cue for anyone I'm on like a podcast with or a show with or whatever, because I'll just mute and then they know I'm not going to talk. Hold on, Steven. Outside, nice to... I think that's Scheibel. It is. Scheibel's got his old number back. Scheibel's actually playing a bit of a revenge game here, because he, of course, was in Paris like 2 weeks ago. I don't think he would have, like, influenced their defensive game plan, but you never know. When they want to put the receiver start in the game. I don't know what that means, but yes. Run the ball. Run the ball. Look, you got an extra lineman in. This is run. It's personal for Marcus. I'm glad to hear it is, honestly. There we go. There's Haas. There we go. That's Raiders football. Let's run the fucking ball. I get fired up watching the Raiders run it for 5-6 yards to carry because it's just what they do. It feels right watching the Raiders run the rock. That was good. That was a first down. They were up over midfield. I know they've been up over midfield for a second, but it's, it's personal for Marcus. He's pissed. We got a new tackle at the right tackle there with the black sleeve. Or black, half sleeve. There we go. Is that Bassi? It is Bassi. A nice Italian receiver. So many good players on the Raiders that are just like talented. Maybe they're not going to be 600, 500, 400 yard receivers, but like you give Bassi a couple yards, a couple catches a game, he's going to make a difference. There we go. There's Haas. There's a good block there by the big Italian tackle. Yeah, like Bassi's a solid player. He played for Milano, I'm pretty sure. I watched him play when he was in the Italian team. A decent player. Italy has some like low key, solid receivers. Like they're not the best in the world, or the best in Europe, but like they're good receivers. There we go. Nice. There's Tonko. Can he break it? Yes, he can for a couple. Nicely done, Tim. That's why he runs track and why he does hurdles. He's a good athlete. He's got that lower body strength. Get off me, he said. Gets low. Gets over the yard line. Love to see it. They're kind of moving. I like to see it. Yeah, I'd be so happy if I was wrong about this game. Like, predictions were wrong. I'd be so happy about it. There's a great run up the middle. There's Haas. Here we go. Now I'm seeing the vision. Here we go. This is what we wanted to see. We want to see Raiders be Raiders. We said they play fuck you football. We say it's not the most entertaining. We say that, but we love watching the Raiders play fuck you football. We're going to run it for 5-6 yards to carry. There's nothing you can do about it. There you go. Decent blocking up front. Get that pile. Couple more. Because you can still get a first down here. No holding, I agree. We don't want any holdings. They've done clean so far. No flags for the Raiders, I don't think, at all yet. They can get a first without scoring, which is a big deal. And they did get the first without scoring, so they've got 4 yards to make. They've got extra big lineup, but they've also got a lot of players in the box. Goes nowhere. That's okay. That's okay. It happens. It happens. Yo and Culture don't like seeing the Raiders run for a consistent 5 yard rushes all the game. I completely agree. Like, I'll make fun of them. I'm allowed to make fun of them. But at the end of the day, they beat the Rhine Fire last year by doing this exact same thing. They've given Vienna issues. As much as Vienna has won every game, they've given Vienna issues with this same style. They've beaten bigger teams than themselves with this exact style. That's not great. What up, Grave Walk? How you doing, brother? That was pretty bad, though, from Steven. Gotta get that shit out. Mamadou with a pressure. Daniels with a sack. That's his first of the EFA season. You missed kind of like a sketchy touchdown call. And that's kind of it so far. Like, that's been the main thing. Paris looked decent on offense. Not too bad. Raiders were looking good on offense. But then Steven had the ball. And now Steven's kind of fucked it up. Now we kind of got to throw the ball. So here we go. There's a flag. It's maybe a free play. Don't think it's going to be, though. It's probably going to be a full start. Full start in Paris. Go on. Let's do it for the fun. Can still get a field goal. They can still get a field goal. Let's just, we're good. We're good. Just keep it tight. You get a score out of it, then there's nothing wrong with that. Laura's a solid kicker. That would be Mr. Take It Out. Nice corner route from the slot on a trips. He was the closest receiver to the offensive line. There we go. Looks kind of... Yep, there we go. We will take that. It's not perfect, but the Raiders are on the board. We will take it. I'm a Raiders fan today. Laura is good. Laura's a good kicker. Let's just check on the other scores throughout the weekend. We're just being secure. I don't think... Oh, surprise. Vienna are up already by 2 touchdowns with Ben Holmes not even having to take the foot off the gas. That one is surprisingly still 0-0. But Ryan Fire have the ball and are kind of marching, hopefully. Nice. Again, positives. They ran the ball well. The offensive line is looking still solid. Negatives. Stephen has not been very good. Yeah, there we go. Great to see. Honestly, the Raiders, kind of all of them, just seem to be lovely people. Platscummer, me and him have spoken. Both Platscummers, me and them have spoken a couple times. They both seem lovely. Obviously, you've got like 3 surgeons and 3 doctors on the teams. They're obviously, you would expect to be good people. Cool angle. Good tackle by Jasper, I believe. Very nice. Alright, let's see what they can do. Was it 50-50? Was it 50-50? Ref's not sure. It was kind of like a bobble, but it was like really in a dark area of the field. Like, as stupid as it sounds, it's just really shadowy. So they couldn't really get like a very clear picture. But like, it looked like the ball just didn't entirely look like it survived the landing. He definitely caught the ball, but it's just the landing was a bit more like, in my professional opinion. Well, here's the thing. His back foot can move. I'm pretty sure that's the rule because Lane Johnson does it all the time. His back foot, not planted, can move. But I think it's his front foot that's the one that's not allowed to move. Right, we're at the end of the first quarter in this one. 7-3. Not bad. We're at the end of the first, probably around the start of these. Same thing. Really would be strange if Ryan don't beat Paris by more than a couple touchdowns. They really should. Paris Light's like the 3rd best team in France, maybe even 4th. So that would be quite embarrassing for them. But you never really know. Like, the Panthers played awful against them in the second half. We do have some fun players, I will admit. Like La Rochelle, I'm a fan of, always. LaRose, always a fan of LaRose. Not going to lie. Chris Malumba, again. Not Chris Malumba. Yeah. No. What's his name? Vulumba. The guy that was hurdling everyone, like last year. He was fun. And he plays for the Lights. But, we'll see how long they're around. There was some last week against the Muniz. Not maybe the best B-roll to use for a Paris game, considering they got blown out. Could have used any of the Paris highlights. And there we go. There's the end of the first quarter, nevertheless. Yeah, LaRose with the Lights. Davison Lacharel. Chris Vulumba. Who else is there? That's like a fun player. That's about it. Weapon X, fun player. Solarat, yeah, he's on the Lights. Like, they're an okay team in terms of like names, so that I enjoy watching play football. But then when you look at Yanni Woodfell, Suleiman Karamoko, Amir Kalani, it's not very competition. And Penne, the big D tackle they had that was like spent some time in New England, I think. I watched him against Poland, and he just looked really shit. Like, he just looked like he wasn't really trying, but he just kind of looked like lackadaisical. Yeah, it was a weird watch, very weird watch. I had a couple people message me like, "What the fuck?" There's a run by Bofenda, gets a couple out of it. To be fair, definitely shouldn't have, but was able to get some of it. There's someone singing near my flat because obviously I live on the marina, By the sea. I live by the sea. There's a lot of people that do things near the sea. A lot of pubs, a lot of boats. I go across bridges to go to work. Multiple bridges. Edwards pressured. Looked a bit too high. It's going to be third down already for Paris. I like what I'm seeing from the Raiders so far, though. I'm not going to lie. Especially if they take a little bit more time off the clock. Finish with another score. They don't get the ball at half, which is kind of rough. They didn't have a first drive that really did anything at all, but there's something with the Raiders today. There's something there. I hope you guys can't hear that. It's like a woman wailing. There's a pub very close to me. I think it's probably that. But she's proper going for it. Holy. Oh, Edwards pressured. He's going to roll out himself, take the first down and a lot more. Fumble! 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 Jan with the pickup. Pressure inside by Jai. Tries to get more yards. Plays reckless. Again, Zach needs to fucking slide. He should have led there. Maybe there. Unger comes in with a great punch. Really great punch there by Unger. Look at that. That was fucking beautiful. Whoa, what a beautiful play. That was a really brilliant punch there by Max Unger. Wonderful play by him. And then Dr. Meyerhofer with the pickup. That was such a good punch. He has fumbled again. He's had a bad season, I'm not going to lie. We said MVP expectations. He has not done that. He is arguably the worst quarterback in the league right now. There we go. A bit of Benatti now in the mix. We've been seeing Haas. Let's get a little bit more Benatti in. Tim, sorry, not Max. My fault. My fault. I haven't been watching much UFL. I probably should have. Don't worry about Cat. Do not apologise for all caps. I think he's earned it after that great punch. Let's get some more Benatti. We like Benatti. He got hurt last year. We didn't get to see a ton of him. And I want to see some more of him today. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Nicely done there by Benatti. Because he is the best running back out of the three of them. I call him Hassey. Yeah, I do call him Hassey. I think Benatti is the best running back out of all three. Benatti is the best running back of all three. Hassey is like very balanced. He's not far off. But then Tim has like the highest ceiling. It's a shame they couldn't get Sandro in just to be like their spirit animal. Just for a couple touches a game, you know. There we go. Here we are. This is Raiders heritage. This is Raiders heritage. Another great one by Benatti. 10 more yards. Added to the numbers. Look at that. Great protection up front. Great block by the tackle there, by the way. The Serb. Pulled from right tackle. Made a great block on the outside. Oh, he is fucking monstrously big. Sandro, you can never have enough running backs. Tirol can never have enough talent at running back. Right, now just don't fucking give it to Steven for a second. Just, it's working. Oh, shit. Called it. What up, Alex? I'm doing pretty fantastic. Pretty fantastic. My wife's just finished work and hear her talking to her sister, so she's having a good time. The sun is shining here where I am. I have football on. The World Cup is on. I had a day off today. I had a day off yesterday. I got work tomorrow, but in the evening, so it's all good. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing fantastic as well. Life for me has been... And I just got my Masters. I forgot to tell everyone. I got my Masters. I've finished it. I finally got the final grade back on one of the things I had to resit from last year. And I passed it. It was very emotional for me when I got that grade. I got it while at work, and I was like, because I knew I was going to get the grade back when I was at work, and I was like, this is a risk. I gambled. I was like, either I look at it now and I'm devastated for the rest of the shift, or I look at it now and I have the best shift ever for the last half, and I fucking got it. So yes, Master of Science Bressington now will be my official name. Yeah, that was hard, very hard. Considering that is done by Marco. Look at that, Marco's gone. Marco's gone. My boy, my boy, my boy, my boy, Marco. Oh, see, look, life is good. My boy, Marco. Look at that. He's such a fucking baller, man. Like, we give him the touches. He's so good. Look at that speed. He's shifty. He has such a low center of gravity. That's Marco. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm hyped up. I'm feeling good. I appreciate it. How's the Ryan game? Do tell us. Yeah. My graduation is at the end of next month. I'm not going to go to it because I'm working and it's expensive. I'm not paying 50 quid for a fucking picture of me with a certificate. But yeah, I did high school and I dropped out of college at 18, and then I didn't go to university, so I had no undergrad, I had no A-levels, so I basically walked out of high school with nothing, got my master's because Dan Meyer, head coach at UE, is a fucking legend and let me apply for a master's because I worked with the UE American football team, and then bang, just after I've got my fucking master's. Ryan Games just defensive showcase, neither teammates have moved the ball so well. Tirol, there's Chris. Shout out EFA Chris Tebbert. My boy Marco is here in the end zone. Chris is here. It's all going on. Yeah, not for me. Plus I'd have to travel back to Bristol, and like I do want to go back to Bristol because I miss it. But like for like 20 minutes, then I gotta leave again. Okay, so they're up by 7. So a refresh. I've got all of them here. Yeah, they're up by 7. Damn, the Vikings allowed to score. Kind of surprising. I think they're 35-point favorites during that game. I think that was the betting lines I saw. Didn't touch that one because Vienna are what Surge were last year, where like they could win by more. But they just don't really need to. Oh man, God, I just wish I had the time to coach Uniball. I could do some work for the Swansea Titans, but not sure if I'll be able to coach on the same side. I don't really have weekends off. What? Oh, that is unusual. It's hot. I need to open up my window. Here's Zach. Looking a little bit flustered. Ah, I got a ball off nice and docile. Doesn't he broke that off too. I'm gonna open up my window a little bit. There we go. I got like one thing I love about my flat. I've got massive windows. And my massive windows open like all the way out. My kitchen window is mad funny because it's like, I'm not joking, about 7 foot long. So you can see the whole distance. Hold on. Incomplete. No flags. Didn't see what was going on, but a deep shot incomplete. Yeah, you can see that the whole 7 foot near window opens long ways. Just takes up half the room. Oh, he's a little bit off of this route. The ball was actually placed pretty well. Ah, damn, I can hear this woman even more. Yeah, camera angle's not too great. Ah, Vienna just scored. There it is. Let me guess. Ben Holmes with a nonchalant 40-yard palm to, like, Noah Torre. Or to Dale Stewart. Oh, RPO. Nicely done. 2 take it down. That was a good play. This is actually kind of a fun game, I'm not going to lie. Let me know if you guys can hear the music in the background. I do think it's a live performance somewhere. Well, not somewhere. I know exactly where it is, but... Yeah, so from what I remember, the Raiders were like a 17-point underdog. The Galaxy were a 17.5 underdog. Rhino like an 8.5 point favorite. Vienna I think was 35. There's a holding call there. Good. This gives me a bit of ambiance there, I suppose. That will be a holding. Let's check on the other scores. I'm always about scores, me. Ben is just shutting down everything around. That's kind of interesting considering I criticised him just like 10 seconds ago. He's obviously talented. There he is. But he just did nothing in the last game. Maybe he was hurt. Maybe he is. How was that last score conducted? It was Kari. Because this beer bomber's got 2 touchdowns. Nice. Nice to see Han actually getting a few fucking grabs. I know I'm kind of covering the wrong league, but I'm a scout. I can do whatever I want. Ryan came out 6.5. That's wild. Ryan, a touchdown favorite under the second best team in Paris is like insane to me. It's not me being biased. Ryan are like the 3rd best team in Germany, maybe 2nd best team in Germany. I think they're better than the Galaxy probably. There's pressure off the edge to Edwards. Oh, Stanley can't quite get him. Hobson gets some pressure on him, but Mitchell is wide fucking open. Gets tripped up by Meyerhofer, but he nearly had something there. The pressure was on him. Ryan Ferrer, 22-point favorites. I thought it was 35. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like I screenshotted it. Because I was sending it to a friend of mine. Where is it? Yeah, Warriors were 7.5-point favorites, which I was surprised by. Ravens were 32-point favorites. Paris were 17-point favorites. Oh, Vikings are 21.5. Yeah, you're mad. That's kind of mad, actually. I thought it would be more than that. Yeah, you're right. My fault. Paris again looking to pass. Another right in the middle for Zach. Again taking hits. I'm not sure how long he can do this. Like, I know he's a durable. He's a big dude. People forget how big he is. But, like, you know. What else was it? So, Ryan on my, when I saw it last, I know you said it was close, was 8.5. And then London was 7.5. And then Rochdale was 5.5, which I'm very surprised by. I thought that would be a lot more. Considering the stuff that has allegedly come out against Berlin. Allegedly, don't sue me, anyone from Berlin. A lot of stuff has allegedly come out. Zach is risking it, I do agree. And then Paris are not 17, yeah, I saw that. Galaxy, I think, have been a bit done bad by that. I don't feel like the Galaxy is 17 points worse, but you never really know. Kandar, surprised we haven't seen much of him yet in this game, but finally a run for him. He's a good running back. I didn't put him on my top 5 running backs, and people had to go at me for it. I want people to remember that. Yeah, Raiders defense has been good. It's been actually rather excellent, to be completely honest. That they allegedly didn't pay their players yet. They said they're working on it from what I read on a different post that was not made by me. It was made by someone else. I read it on Reddit. I know that's not a reliable source, and take that as you will. That's an incomplete pass. Take it whatever you want. I read it on Reddit from someone else that they did not pay their players. Yet. Flag? On who? I hope it's not PI. It'll be a very soft PR call. I mean, it's a bit soft. 40, where is he at? Oh, yeah, I guess, kind of. Fair enough. Fair enough. So Raiders have got Kalon Carter, a decent Murray State receiver, I think it was. I might be wrong on that one. Let me just double check. I think it was Murray State. He's kind of like Sink Sweeting was kind of my short, very niche comparison of just size profile because he's short and about 160 pounds. And it was again taking a hit. Is it the same Kalon Carter? Let me read this. Yeah, Murray State. So yeah, it is him. Light scoreback is not in. Yikes. It was a good call, I agree. He's back in now. Nice. Look at Jacob. Is it Jacob or Jacob? Is Jacob? I think it's Jacob. I don't know if people are sleeping. I think he's considered a very good linebacker. Carter was with the Commanders, he said. Yeah, but a lot of people have been like, they had tryouts, so they've had like minicamp invitees. I mean, shit, we've seen a lot of players who have had NFL careers and not do very well in Europe. I'm looking at you, Mr. Cole, Keelan Cole. Wow, he was awful. Again, he's made more millions than anyone in my family would ever make combined for the next 1,000 years. He made like 7 million in his NFL career. 17. I mean, he made a lot of money. But he was not very good. And he did not care. Very clearly did not care. Is this Berlin situation where they didn't get paid allegedly? It is allegedly. It is allegedly. It is allegedly. Because I do not know. I'm just recalling information from a second-hand source. Nearly intercepted, however, it was not. 4th down. Ball kind of got. They're going to get deflected off the edge. No, it's just a bad pass. The arguably should have caught that though. Fabi has to make that grab. I can't lie. But they could tie it up. Let's see if they can. Dean Faithful, the only E-allocated kicker in the league. You'd hope he'd be able to make most of the kicks. He didn't eat. He's all good. Ryan got the ball. That's 5. That is what we like to see. Very much like to see that. You look wonderful. There we are. Kick is good. 10-10. Tied game. Dean Faithful. To be fair, he had a lot of extra room, and I think he's kicked out of the stadium, to be fair. Very good kick. You know, kind of like the Ryan Fire quarterback, I haven't watched a ton of him, only like a game. But like, he was a bit disappointing for me. I think I watched a Ryan versus Vienna game. But he just seems a bit, he was just a bit like, Is it Benji? Like, I know again, he played with the Ravens, And he actually has played pretty well in this game. But like, I don't know, against Vienna, he just seemed a bit like, I'm not sure if he's hurt or what. Kind of a difficult thing with quarterbacks. You know, if they're playing hurt, some of these guys will play hurt because they don't know if they're going to get the opportunity to play in Europe again. Of course, if you get hurt in Europe, you can just be cut and sent home. That's going to be a flag on the Musketeers special teams. And a very nice starting position for the Raiders to run that rock. There's the receiver, by the way, Kalen Carter. Yeah, I played UFL, USFL. How do you do? Is it Kenji Bahar? Yes, it is. Yeah, I've already searched him up. 28, he's tall. in his physical prime. Yeah, 6'3". Where is his numbers? Athletic. Yeah, so he spent some time with in the USFL and the UFL. Like, he played too, you know, he was a starter. Didn't play well. 10 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Not good. But, like, you know, you'd expect a little bit better. Also, Reed was better. Reed was actually decent. Didn't Reed have, like... What was Reed's numbers in the USFL? Yeah, I mean, Reed wasn't great. Like, Reed was obviously bounced around. He was in different situations for a while. But then he fucking blew up the Madrid team and was just fucking unbelievable. So you never really know. This really is a gamble. Great run there by Haas. There he goes. There he goes. An impromptu draw. Not sure if the draw was on purpose. Chad is over in Vienna, not in the Vikings. He's with like the Vienna Knights. I think it's a newly promoted AFL team, but they're doing really, really well because he's there. Reed's on a bad team. Yeah, there we go. Right, score. Nice. Yeah, like, and Reed was kind of like a little bit checked out, I think, his last season. I think even he said that. Don't quote me on that, but I think he said he was a little bit more like, eh. There we go. They're going to get to Carter. You know, he's a speed guy. Screens and stuff could work with him. They get the ball out to him fast. It was his first touch of the game, too. Yeah, ball on the nice. I don't have his numbers or anything, but I think he's been pretty good. From what I've seen, he's been very good. Because the Knights are like a good team now. Vienna are weird, man. They got the Vikings. They got obviously the AFL Vikings. They've got the Vienna Knights. They've got Danube. And that place is just a hotbed. Nice move by Steven Krajewski. Very nice. Very nice. First down. Very nice. Over 500 more yards. Shout out Chad, man. I always feel like he was overlooked in Ryan. I know he wasn't playing amazing, but like he was okay. It was Chad. Yeah, 27 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I know he lost that fumble in the Nordic game, which basically lost him the game. But like Chad Jeffries was a decent above average starter who was safe with the ball for his last season with Ryan. Ryan Fire fans never really accepted him. You know what I mean? But I think he went there for his family, I think. I think his family lives in Vienna, or they did live in Vienna. I think one, I don't know what it is. But I think he has some family members in Vienna or something. I'm not 100% sure. Chad's been with Danube for years too, so like, it makes sense that he would have family over there. 2nd and 10. I'm liking what the Raiders are putting down now, I'm not going to lie. There's Steven, again to Bassi, gets a decent amount of yardage out of it. Nicely done. Like, I'm kind of surprised Chad didn't go to the Innsbruck. That was a something I thought could happen. I think it was something I heard was like a rumor. This was absolutely nothing like real. But I think someone at some point said to me, oh, how about if Chad went to like the Raiders? And I was like, could be quite good. We didn't get it. But interesting thought, you know. They got a big man in motion. Did not work. Because Jack Lau was really damn good. Chad's 8 games in, 2,291 yards, 60% accuracy, 28-4. Yeah. He's a very good player. I like Chad. Also a really nice guy. What are they going to do for the flag here? Hopefully they don't give him that same roughness. Chad hated Jim. That kind of makes sense of why he wouldn't go there then. Underrated player, man. I miss Chad. He was good. There's a lot of players in the ELF. There are more teams, you know. That's what I miss the most, is having more than 6 teams. Because like, look at all these dudes who are like starting level quarterbacks. I think Marco got in a little fight. Referee got in a little... Well, not referee, jeez. Marco got in a scuffle. Yeah, Chad would be fun. Let's check out the other scores while we're at 29. Oh. So they penalised Paris for it and gave half the distance a goal. What happened here then? Because it's on Marco, I'm pretty sure, at 29. Interesting. I reached out to see all those yes. Again, I do not know. I am not saying it as a trusted source. Refs are fixing the problem, maybe. Is Riley still retired? Yeah, I think he's a coach out in... Because he was coaching with Elite 11s. I think he's still doing that. Yeah, Reed is... Oh, wait, Riley, as in Hennessy? Yeah, he's still retired. Riley's defense is showing up, but he's a very good defense. Bit of a foil-hat conspiracy, but AFA have told teams to not win by much, just saying. I don't know. I don't want to get sued by multiple people. And many of those owners are lawyers. That was an odd flag. But that'll probably take us into a 2-minute warning. I think the Raiders probably do want to use that 2-minute warning. I think they'd be clever to use that 2-minute warning. Yes, ask a trusted source, because I am not a trusted source when it comes to inner workings of the Berlin Thunder. I am just recalling information that I have seen on the internet. I do not want to get sued, because you are very surprised. You may think I'm doing overkill by saying all this. There's a lot of very sensitive people in Europe. And I happen to be a person that people know of. And I don't want to get sued. You honestly, again, if you think I'm being over dramatic, I've had many people screenshot stuff I've said on Instagram and send it to people. I've had people record me on these streams and send it to people. It happened last year. It's happened this year. So I'm just saying, very carefully, I don't know about Berlin's financial situation. Be very careful with how I say these things. And see, yeah, it's a hard name to spell, even I struggle with Hennessy. I think it's Reilly. Yeah, he's still retired as far as I'm aware. Let's do a little look. Reed's retired, Jadrian's still at Nordic, Sullivan's still at Berlin, Holmes is still with Vienna, Chad's at the Vienna Knights, DJ Irons is playing in Japan, Russell Tabor is still with Munich, Riley's still retired, Jalen's with Prague, Javarian's with the Enthroners, and Cozy Perry's with the Louisville Knights. Jameson is with the Panthers, McKay is with the Ferenzi, I don't know about Brock, Lars is with the Unicorns, don't know about Pullman, Hegadush I think is still with the Enthroners. And that's like, what, 20 odd quarterbacks I've just mentioned. Yeah, also the lights are just ass. Like, they're just bad. Their offensive line is really shit. The Lights team is one of the most untalented teams in offense. Like, they've got Solarat, who's a decent player, but like, their offensive line is just not great. France doesn't have a bevy of offensive line talent like Germany and the UK does. It's a little bit thinner there. It's a lot more full on defense and DB especially. Steven stepping up, big hole. There we go, Steve. Show up here. There we go, Steve. That's a Raiders run right there, Steve. Fuck yeah, Steve. That's a Raiders run. That's the kind of run I want to see from a Raiders quarterback. That's exactly the kind of Mendoza-esque Raiders run I want to see. I don't want a quarterback that slides for the Raiders. I know I've just critiqued Zach Edwards about not sliding. This is the Raiders. You're not meant to slide. There we go, Steven. I kind of like the Canadian QB thing, 2 A's. It's going to be hard to cover. I don't like it. I'm going for an American quarterback any day of the fucking week. I would go for a pro-Canadian offensive lineman. Depending on who I am. Chris going wild. Why are you going wild, Chris? We invest ease on the offensive line. For the Raiders, they have one. They got Pulserin, the Finnish guy. They better not be boring there. I agree. I saw Perry playing the USFL for the UFL. Sorry, for the Kings. Not sure if he's still playing or his ass released. Just saying. Well, he might. He definitely was there. I'm kind of surprised he was though, to be honest. I didn't think he was good enough to play for the UFL. I'm gonna be real. Don't be boring, refs. They're obviously seeing if the knee was down, but just don't be boring. Yeah, there you go. So he is still there. He might get a UFL ring out of it. Now we're going to show the replay for us. Yeah, run up by 14. Vienna taking care of that one. Cruikshank, that's a good point. So just look at UFL stuff. I don't think he's had like a ton of action. But I hope he has. Receiving yards, where are we at? Raw and field stands are all good. There's no search function here, is there? Okay, he's not in the top 25. Oh, wait, there is a search. Aaron. Can I just search up Aaron Cruikshank? I can indeed. Orlando Storm. And Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, so he's had a return. He hasn't really done much, which is a shame. Yeah. Crazy though. It does prove levels. Like when people respectfully, when people say stuff like, "Oh my God, like Lewis Skyler should be in the NFL," should be in the no. I love these guys. No. Like, Aaron Cruikshank was the fucking best receiver we've ever had in Europe statistically over the last 5 years. And he's like a tail end of a roster guy. Like, that's what I'm talking about, you know? I hope so. I'd be really excited to see if he does. I'd like to, if I was a team, 100% I'd be contacting Aaron Cruikshank. I think it'd be a really good idea to do that, to be honest. Yeah, kind of a shame. I thought he might have a few plays. You know, he's a dynamic playmaker. I'm glad they kept that run. That's Steve. Let's fucking go with Steve. Fuck yeah, Steve. Raiders up. Raiders up. Kind of mad. Not gonna lie. Kind of mad. Mitch will fucking eat shit. Oh man, that was a tough landing. Sorry, Austin. But I fucking ate shit right there. Jesus. God, he would destroy me in any athletic competition. Yeah, get Matt back at Prague. I would love, man, I'd love to work with another team again. I'm not going to lie. I made that very clear to teams this year that I wanted to do scouting again. I didn't get any offers. Not even from Prague. I didn't get any offers. I really would love to do that with the London team if it's a thing in 27 for the EFA. I would love to do that. Edwards going deep into nothing. He alone put Madrid into the playoffs. I would say, and to be fair, possibly. A lot of those screens were exceptionally good. UFA's weird though, because Nkosi and Talia played more than Cruikshank. True. And Talia was awful in Europe. Granted, he was in a terrible situation, but he also just looked bad. Him and Seelig. Seelig was also great. Yeah, I'd love to see Aaron again. I would make that London team so fucking good. But I'd make the London team with my like fingerprints on it, I'm not gonna lie. Like I have so much depth with certain positions that would be fucking light work. Like, oh no, I can't get Glontonga. Let me just contact another 6 really good running backs. Oh no, I can't get Lewis Thomas, Keanu Ebanks, whatever. Oh no, let me just contact the other 25 E-level British offensive linemen. Ryan Score, love to see it. That's £25 in my back pocket if Ryan go with all these scores. I think bringing a London team, letting me do the scouting, because there's a lot of teams in Europe with GMs and head coaches that think they can scout and they can't. Sometimes I'll go for names. That's a big thing, is names. People go for names. So many fucking people go for names. Oh my god, this guy played for like the Washington Commanders and like he had like a practice squad invite, and they'll get him in and they'll overlook someone else. Like, I'm trying to think of an American receiver that wasn't necessarily like highly regarded out of like university. Like, there's just so many of them to even name. But like, yeah, you just need to stop looking at names. Everyone looks at names. It really, really annoys me. That's the main thing that annoys me. Is, oh, I've got this guy. He's a really big name because he played in America. It's like, well, why don't you just get some of the guys that play college? They're European. Build around Europeans. I saw Tyler playing in the Arena League last time. Yeah, he did have a stint in the Arena League, didn't he? If they fuck up, we might be able to score again. I agree. I think you're in a fucking good spot, I'm not going to lie. I think you're in a really good spot. A proper London team that's not the Warriors and not done last minute would be an instant contender. I agree. Because London was so smash and grab. London was so, again, allegedly, well, not really allegedly, you can kind of tell, very smash and grab. It's just London placed in with Kyrie Lyles. It's literally all it is. It's the London Warriors plus Kyrie Lyles. Oh, Edwards gets out of sack. That was very close to being another fumble. I think Tirol are definitely in this. I'm kind of loving what I'm seeing from the Raiders, I'm not going to lie. Look at how close that was. Don't jinx it though, Alex. We're keeping calm here. We're not getting too panicky. He definitely thought about throwing it. I mean, Raiders got a couple timeouts. It's nice we actually have the we see now we developed our score bug now. Everyone was giving us shit in the first couple of weeks, but we've improved. We've got our timeouts, we've got our play clock, we've got our down the distance, we've got our records, we're all good now. I'm just checking I do have a couple bets on. I ain't gonna lie, got a couple bets on. And the Ryan Fire one was definitely the biggest. I put 30 on it, I get 55 back if I win, so £25 profit. I will not touch the active lines for the Raiders. There's a punt. For Paris is a really good punt. Really good punt, but it does take the favourable bounce for the Raiders. Hillock is out again. Hillock, sorry. Is it Hillock or Hillock? He's been mid. He was okay for like one game, but I think it was against Florence, so I don't really count that because that Florence team is fucking preposterous. Me and my dad are literally going to London next weekend with the idea of seeing the Warriors. I don't know if we will, because I don't know if I get to ground they're playing. Yeah, it's a really weird, it's like a really small ground. Really, really, really small ground. It's a strange one. I don't really get it. That's the thing with Gandler. He has, again, I don't want to say anything concrete, but I'm pretty sure Gandler owns the stadium, so he would have the rights to say who he wants to play on what days. So I don't think there'll be as much stadium debacle. Because if you guys don't know, the stadium is by far the hardest thing to like get 100%. Because like the whole big thing for you remember like Hamburg last year were basically like a road traveling team. So they just could not get a permanent venue for the life of them. It was really bad for them. 3 Pride guys went out. Yeah, but Pride are a second division team, which is really surprising why they've done it. Gabriel is a good player, but then Jacob Colburn just went to the Rams. Jacob Colburn's an okay receiver, but I don't think he's an E. I'm gonna be real. He's solid. I tried to recruit him to the Dutch national team. Nice catch there by Carter. Yeah, fun fact. I think he has Dutch citizenship, so I actually did do that. I was literally living Football Manager when I tried to recruit him for the Dutch national team to play receiver. So he's decent. But Pride guys are second division for a reason. Pride lost to Brunel. If you don't know, university level, if Tabs is still here, I'm sure he could put a big paragraph for you. You have top level of university, which is ran by UE, the team that I was at. And then you got second level, which is where Pride are, which is like a college also in Bristol. Good team, but not Prem. You know, they're not in the top like 5 teams in the country, it seems. I see his wrist, rough. I hope I get the EFA job too. I'm not sure. I would say the odds of me getting the EFA job for the London team are fairly low. People don't want to pay scouts. This is a sad reality. Everyone feels like they can do it themselves. So I do feel like the odds are low. I'm hoping I'm wrong on that, but you never know. There's Steven stepping up, finds Platts, very high ball, but Platts brings it down. And gets out of bounds. Yes, I am true. Yeah, you're right. Like, Florenzi are bad. Because the IFL season ends pretty soon. But here's the thing. Raiders have homegrowns, they're Italian. So, like, it's very possible the Raiders could supplement their current team with Italians that are just finishing up their IFL season. And Florence doesn't even get their Italian players. That was a very good pick by Kalani. Let's maybe just calm down, Raiders. Yeah, Shaq, he's a decent player. He's probably more of a rotational offensive tackle. And Tyrese, I do not think is an E-level center. Isaiah, solid player. Daniel, still transitioning from offensive line. I don't think he's ready to be an E. There's a lot of Pride guys. There is a lot of Pride guys. It's still very good developing a UK talent. I mean, shit, I went there. But, like, the NFL Academy is levels. That actually wasn't a pick. That's kind of mad. The NFL Academy is better. It was out. That's a tough call. Either you send this shit to the moon or you kneel it. Oh, we got a ref. What the fuck is going on? I feel like this woman singing is getting closer to my flat. Current players, they're current players, though, they're 0. As in current Pride guys. Yeah, it's difficult when they finish college. They're still young guys, you know. Calvin Stitt technically counts for London Warriors. I played with them. Toby Naylor, Pride. Jasper DeJulma in this game, Pride. Like, there's a ton of Pride alumni. What's up, SH? Oh, it's a shank. Oh, that's kind of a fun way to end half. That's kind of a fun way to end half, isn't it? Oh man, he only had to get the punt right. Oh fuck! Wait, players don't seem too happy. What's going on? Are they gonna get it brought back? Bastion in Frankfurt. There's fucking loads of Pride alumni. Like there's so many. And they brought it back or they didn't? I can't tell. There's a holding. What the fuck is going on? I'm gonna shut my door. Because she is moving closer and closer to my flat. Is Aaron Donker still in the league? Nope. I think he's retired as well. Boy, the Raiders really need some older guys to experience. They're too young this year, in my opinion. I actually don't think that's a valid take. They got a few guys, but I actually do think that's a good take. They need some Italians. Some Guelphy players. I'm gonna mute for a sec. They are a young team. I think it'd be good if we had like an average age of every team. I think the Raiders would be probably the youngest. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I moved a couple months back. End of the first half. I was very lucky. Here we go, though. Exactly what we wanted. Right, Ryan Fire are beating them 21-0. Very nice. No. I always sneeze when I have chocolate. If it's good quality chocolate, I will sneeze. Every single time. Every single time I start eating chocolate that's a good quality, I will sneeze. I think I've said about that on live streams before. But there's my fun Matt Breston fact. Okay. Thank you very much, Chris. Gesundheit, thank you, SH. Yeah, it's an ugly sneeze. But like, yeah, it's weird. I'm not allergic. I don't get rashes. I don't get sick. I don't do this. I don't do that. I just sneeze. Once or twice. And then I'm good. It's very strange. Right, Lyles has thrown 2 interceptions. Oh, no, that's the last game. Why has it brought me back to this game? Oh, it's because I clicked on that. My fault. It does seem that way. Yeah. Rams have like 80 yards in the first half. Let's have a look at the box score. Actually, like, unironically, I really like the EFA website. It's really good. It's really clean. Got to refresh it now, though, because it doesn't seem to be... Kenny Florette intercepted Bahia. Is that the doggy, mate? Yeah, it seems so, mate. Seems to absolute fucking weapon me. Win, yeah. Oh, mate, if you get the win, I'll be very impressed. That's very strange. That is very strange. So everyone has a little oddities. Look at Ben Holmes, man. So inspirational. 17 completions out of 26 attempts, 3 touchdowns. I think he's probably barely even tried. And Kari's had 3 carries. He's probably done for the day. Lars Kymore, I like Lars Kymore. I'm surprised. I would have liked to see him maybe get a few more targets in a different team. You know, stacked receiver room. Yeah, they're fucking blowing away Alpine. And they were 22-point favorites in that game, but I think I took the over. I said over 44.5, and it's currently like 35 points. 34 points. So I need them to score a little bit more if they wouldn't mind. And is there anything else I had that's on today? I don't think so. I think some of them are on tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Except for the Ryan Fire one, which is now, which is 8.5, which I think hopefully. Then again, the fucking Panthers did this last time. All right, let's review. Let me mute that for a second. We got a post up here. Offensive performance. Not great. We return to the Raiders run, which is what we absolutely love to see. I absolutely love to see the return of the Raiders run game. Edwards fumble. Steven taking a lot of sacks. Let me put Zach Edwards for that SEO, as I've just graduated. Steven, because Google will read these names. Krajewski. Still not hitting for him. Yet, he's still in the first half. The first half notes, you know. Best player in the first half swung pass onto Psychovitz with Beer Bomber on his lead block. The DB. Honestly, that's like hell. It's Krajewski. There we go. Krajewski? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that does not look like a fun position to be in. Why do I see Vienna somehow messing up and have to play Ryan? And I think they're going to kill him. I actually think they're going to fuck him up. I said it from the start. I think that it should be like a blowout. I'm going to give it 3.5 so far. Remember, each team has 2.5 of the grade. Defensive performance. Raiders are locking up the run game. And that's been a big part of their performance so far. I'm going to give it like a 3. Because Paris have also been sliced. What's up, TNT? Can you explain what happened in the first half? That was crazy. Yeah, it was a holding call. Let's have a little look, shall we? Let's have a little look. Because we're on YouTube now, we can actually go back and look at this stuff. God, I love being on YouTube. Alright, so the holding was somewhere. I didn't actually see where they said the holding was. Or who they said that. Is it there? No. Right there. Is that him? On number 20 here. Yes, I do agree. Paris should have 3 points. That TD was bullshit. I do agree that TD was bullshit. Or maybe not bullshit, but like close. It is kind of a holding. It's a loose one. But actually, no, it's not loose. It's kind of just a holding. Yeah, there you go. Where were we at? There we are. So I'm going to put as a defense performance is 3. You know, it's been fine. We've not had any like big takeaways. We got the fumble. And that was good. But you know, we're still working on. Ref performance. And Patekidam score was questionable. Because I don't think we have like a full on. It definitely wasn't a touchdown angle. Why do I keep on crying that? But apart from that, punt return was the correct call. I put punt return TD called back at the start of the half, end of the first half. Because it is kind of a holding. As much as I hate being the anti-fun police, that does look like a holding. What does the ref actually say? Not much. Not much. You know what? Actually, unironically, I'm not even trying to be a dick. if this is it's on AFA Plus, I'm not paying for it. I would watch that game if it was on public TV. I am not paying for it. I've watched every Vienna game. If you want to know like a bit of a hack, not a hack, but just like a way to get around some of these things, get on Opera GX. This is what I use. This is Opera GX. Turn on this VPN up here. I'm not going to do it now. Let's slow down the stream. And then just go on Red Bull TV and you can just watch the games. Like all the Vienna games. And you can watch replays. That's how I watch all the replays. It's just on Red Bull TV. It's really easy. So if you want to do that, then go ahead. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Ref ones, I haven't listened to much of the commentary since I put 3. Like, it's been fine. I haven't had any crazy moments yet. Ref performance, I'm going to put as like a 3.5. So it's been a good overall game so far. You cannot pay me to watch that in the stadium, I do agree. Mid is also a compliment. I would also agree. Like, they do make it easy to watch the games in some things, like with Red Bull TV, but like, yeah, I do agree. Like, it's just superior. Just have it. Imagine, like, I'm not paying for it. Like, if I'm a casual fan and you try to explain to me, either you watch £15 worth a week or month or whatever it is, or completely free, I'm going to pick completely free. Like, just as a non-bias, logical opinion, I'm going to take the free product. Especially when fucking Florenze is the thing I get rewarded with. Alright, big moments drama. Punt return call back. Edwards has looked shaky. In the pocket. I actually can't stress how loud that music is, like on my end. I'm glad I've got a good microphone. Nick is cat. We do love Nick. We do love Nick. We still love Nick. Nick is a good friend of mine. I'm gonna give it like a 4. There's offense. When they run, has looked very vintage. Tirol, which we love to see. We love vintage Tirol. I get why they're charging, like these gotta make money, but like the product they're charging for. But here's the thing. Now that I'm a master of science, I can say this. Because I'm actually now qualified to say this. There's a very big difference because you need 2 things that every business or company needs is brand awareness and money. So 2 things they care about. Think about everything. It all comes down to brand awareness and money. Either do people know who you are they paying for what you've got? Or both. McDonald's. Everyone knows McDonald's. Everyone knows Coca-Cola. Everyone knows fucking, I don't know, Sony. Everyone knows those things. That's the brand awareness. Now we also know them, so we buy the product. And that's why they care about that so much. People don't know European American football. There is very little awareness about European American football, just all of it. Like, if you look at any comment section, it's my first time viewing. I'm sure maybe someone in this live chat right now, it might be their first time ever viewing European American football. It's very possible. If you are a person, let me know in the chat. There is no brand awareness for these 2 leagues because they didn't exist 6 months ago. It was a completely different league. And a casual fan is not going to go back, watch all the ELF, find out what happened in the 5 years, see when they got back together, see when they broke up, see when the EFA broke up. No one's going to do that. So you need to create the brand awareness. And to create the brand awareness, you put it in front of as much fucking people's faces as fucking possible. That's why, personally, I think it should be more active with just free social medias. But like, you need to just shove it down their fucking mouths as much as possible so that people are aware of the league. And then that'll bring the money. Like Ricardo says, it will bring the money because YouTube AdSense is a thing. It's a bit of money. It's not a lot, but it's big. I imagine if obviously the videos weren't monetized when it started, it was a new YouTube channel, but I think the championship game, if that gets viewed on YouTube, if it's free, I don't know if it is, or whatever big game is viewed on YouTube for free, through AdSense, they would make probably more money than the EFA makes in some of these subscriptions. And I'm willing to bet that. So, yeah, it's big. And you've got 100,000 people watching. Let's have a look at the actual... 2,000 people are watching that, and then live as we speak currently. And then 100,000 people, 91,000 people, 99,000 people, 120,000, 112,000, 113,000. Week one was what? 172,000, 145, 170. So the views are obviously going to go down to get led through the season. That's pretty natural. I would be willing to bet, and I don't think it's a hot take, the EFA are not doing 100,000 views on any of their platforms. The brand awareness, 100,000 people now know the fucking name of this league, and that is so incomprehensibly valuable. I happen to be good at marketing, and I happen to be good at European American football. It's like the two things I'm good at. That's why I'm so passionate about it. There we go. Sorry about that rant. I kind of went off the rails a bit. I think even in the future, one should be free on YouTube. Completely agree. I actually said about it before the season started. I was like, why don't we why don't we have the games on YouTube? And then some people that I was talking to within the league were like, no, I just want to get a TV deal, and I was like, no, it's put on YouTube. And then they did, so I'm really happy that they did that. Berlin could not pay the players at the moment, so I'm happy that they employed again. Allegedly. I'm just reading a chat from SH. That was not me saying that. Do not be suing me. I need to close this. There we go. Yeah, they kind of did. They kind of did. I mean, they're playing tomorrow, right? Yeah, Vostave. They should not win that game. But yeah, if you ask your average person in the street, especially in New London, if they know who the Warriors are, they're going to not know who the Warriors are. But if you show the opening of the London Guards, hypothetical name that's not confirmed, I don't know what the name is, I'm not involved in the organisation, I'm just going off of the trademark, so we're found again in a Reddit chat. A London Guards live stream on YouTube would go crazy numbers. Exactly. Most people don't know it exists. If they do want to be interested, like the FDF boys, most people are not going to be able to go through the shit that we as fans went through this season. With the breakup, and then the breakup of the breakup, and then the back together, and then the breakup. So, yeah. Okay. Berlin. GM confirmed it. Jeremy, right? I still just want to get sued, so. I'm keeping my lips tight on that particular subject about the team that I do not know much about. It's like that Raiders halftime post. Hell yeah, Raiders. I'm going to comment hell yeah. And just for the interactions. There you go, Ricardo. Great return, the Raiders are so here. Yeah, I mean, I have friends that love the NFL. I have a friend, Sam, that will watch the NFL. He'll watch the Lions. Every single year he'll watch the Lions. He plays in the UK, as a Sunday League effective player. He plays for fun. He don't give a fuck about the ELF or the EFA or the AFLA. Because they've not made him give a fuck. And that's a big thing. That also is very valid because I like film, I like cinemas, I like that kind of stuff too. I'd love to actually study filmography. However, cinemas used to be where people would go to be entertained, but now cinemas have to bring people in to be entertained. It's different. So you went from going there to be entertained to having to go be brought there to be entertained. And I think it's the same with American football, especially in Europe. is that you need to give someone a reason to watch. We don't have the brand awareness of the NFL. We don't have the long-standing culture of the English Premier League. It's all very important. It's all very fascinating. It's stuff that I do love to talk about. It's stuff that I'd very much love to talk about with someone who could potentially put something into action. Pressure. Ooh. I don't think there's anyone in for fiasco from this game so far. What would a betting man do? Let's have a look. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just looking at... So Raiders are actually a +1 to win. Yeah, starting middle linebacker is 20. You got like a 19-year-old running back. You got like a 21-year-old D tackle. Young team. Precious is a fucking baller. We love Precious. Good tackle there on the outside. I think that's by Wilson. Very nicely done. On it. Oh. Austin is hurt. He ain't looking good. I wonder what's wrong with him. Was he not hurt? Was he like holding a knee or something? I thought that would have been what it was, but... Damn. Big shame. Hope he's all good. Yeah, we fucking love Precious. The right side, I mean, he's doing well. I'm not going to lie. Playing with him at Edinburgh, that's pretty dope. He looks really good, I'm not going to lie. Like the right tackle, the big Serb, he's looking real nice. So what happened here then? Because he wasn't holding a leg or anything, but it did look like his legs probably got twisted up. Yeah, I think he's like... Yeah, I think he got fallen like... Yeah, it's there, right? It's these legs. Yeah. Oh, yep. I think he might be done. I think he might be done. This leg is not in a very good position. I hope that's not broken, but it looks like it might be broken. Yikes. That was definitely a big one. Oh, the Italian. He's actually playing well. He's been pulling a lot of plays. He actually looks really good. Damn. Yeah. Sorry, Austin. That's a very big one. That looked rough. I'm playing Dancing Queen in the background as well. Not in the game, in this thing. Yikes. Never good to see injury like that. Yeah, he's a big fucking dude as well, I'm not gonna lie. Really big fucking dude. He's what, 6'8"? I didn't want to say it. But yeah. Maybe a little bit insensitive of us. But yes. Yeah, he's talking about Altobelli. He's talking about Altobelli. Who is also ginormous. But Altobelli's weird because he's Italian, but he went to school in Scotland, but he's also like, I think he's Brazilian ethnically as well. Like, strange. Very big mix. I'm not sure how he talks. Does he talk like a Scottish guy? Yeah. Can't beat that. Albert's a decent running back, but Albert shouldn't be going for like 15 yards to carry. Let's be honest. Italian Brazilian. There's a lot of Italian Brazilians. Actually, Delavecchi, another Italian Brazilian that played for the Schwabish Hall Unicorns. I love Brazilians. I love the way they talk. They're great. This will be a long delay probably. So check up on these. That is interesting. That is a hell of... Well, to be fair, right? Hear me out. Hear me out. You went to Scotland. Scotland and Brazil actually have quite an interesting story. Because a lot of Scots emigrated to Brazil. Fun fact, Sao Paulo was founded by a Scotsman. I'm pretty sure. But Portuguese mentioned, where is it? It was definitely founded by a Scotsman. There you go. Pioneered by the son of Scottish engineer Charles William Miller. Miller was widely regarded as the father of Brazilian football. He was, Sao Paulo, founded by a Scot. So yeah, Scottish people have an interesting history with Brazil. Ricardo doesn't know the difference between Scotland and England. I'm being mean. I think he actually does. Great Tash, by the way. Look at that. Fuck me. Outstanding. Let's refresh these. We're probably at the halftime on these. At least Kenji's looked okay. I think he's throwing a pick at the same time now, so. How are we looking at this one? Still ads. Scotland is not far. My wife studied in Scotland. So, like, she's been... So, my wife has never lived in England. Shit, should have done that. My wife has never lived in England, but of course, I'm English. We now live in Wales. So, like, for the World Cup, I think she's a bit conflicted. Because she's never lived in England. But, of course, her husband is English. She could support Scotland because she studied there. But, of course, Azerbaijan isn't in the World Cup. But Turkey, you know, they're good friends of Azerbaijan. She speaks fluent Turkish. So she could, I guess, support Turkey. Or she could support England if she wants to support her husband. It's a bit of a difficult one. Honestly, just go to Psychovitz. Every player is what I'd do. Was the biggest emperors in Brazil was Austrian. There we go. Fun fact. Honestly, there's a series I sent to Tanavinsky of FDF of like connections between every team, like every nation, every game that will be played, like between Argentina and Algeria, and here's a history between the two countries and stuff like that. The world, I do fucking love history. I'm such an addict. There we go. What's up, Grave? Austin Mitchell probably definitely broke his leg, which is rough. I do agree. It's going to be tough. I think, you know, you lose an A, it's going to be brutal, let alone you lose an A like that. They cut his trousers off? I don't know. Not sure what that is. Yeah, brutal. Well, speedy recovery to Austin, regardless of what the injury is. Portugal and Austria most influencing countries in that story. Definitely for Brazil. I mean, it's part of the Portuguese Empire. It was the capital of Portugal once Napoleon took over Portugal. Look at me, I know history. My mat is rolled up. Hopefully he's a speedy recovery. Psychovitz, man, such a baller. Alright, punt by Paris. Oh. There is a flag for a legal man downfield, I think he'll be, right? Would it be a flag rather than men downfield? Am I wrong? Yeah, it looked bad. It looked like probably a broken leg. Or a broken ankle. Yeah, looked gruesome. Good call by the ref, I think. Well, let's not go that far. It was a great kick. It was a fantastic kick. You got a replay? Damn. Yeah, he was not in a good way. Right. 4th and 10 repeated. Hopefully the snap is a little bit better. We've had a lot of bad snaps on punts recently, right? Raiders, Galaxy, Paris, Munich also had a bad one. Very good. Paris bounce. There we go. All right. Raiders. They've had a big rest. They've been on the sidelines for a while. Let's see if they come out rusty or if they come out looking revitalized. My hope is revitalized. It'd be a lot more fun, and I would like. I got a $5, I think, on Paris to win. It's like a. You know, I'm actually going to cash out of that one. I'm going to lose £3, but I'm going to reinvest it back onto the Raiders. I'm going to go Raiders win. Minus 1.5. And then Munich. No, you know what? I'm just going to keep it at that. And try and earn some of that money back. Because now I'm rooting for the Raiders. Rooting for the Raiders minus 1.5. Even if I win, I'll still be down like 90p. But like, who cares? Yeah, they do. They do. It's been a weird season. Like, I mean, even then that was a pretty bad snap. But it doesn't matter because he got a great run. Hell yeah. Bonatti. I fucking love Bonatti, man. There's a bunch of guys that are young on the Raiders. This Raiders team, again, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Give it a couple years. You know, a Football Manager, when you get like a youth intake, and it gives you like a poor, excellent, good, I can't remember what the actual wording is, but like, I think they had an excellent youth intake over the last couple of years. Another run. Decent run by Bonatti. First down, chewing up more clock. That's what they need to do. They've got the formula. They've had the formula. Just chew that shit up. What was the other one I had on? Over 44.5. I need Vienna. How are they looking on the over 44.5? They still on. Okay, we got 40. Need one more touchdown and we're over that. Steven with a pump fake. Step up. Way too high. Way too high. I rolled out my jeans. I'm getting a little bit rattled. I've been jumping up and down so much because the Raiders are playing damn good. We're going to get a Raiders win, I think. This is really what they needed, man. So needed. It's been a fun game. I think I definitely... It's been a weird one because I don't think it's bad football. It's definitely not been super clean. But I like how it's close. It's that run. It's that run of the Raiders. Not in that particular instance, but the run for the Raiders has definitely been the changing point. And what it is with them, man, they get Aaron Jackson, they just fucking go, you know what, we're gonna be a passing team now with a quarterback that we weren't gonna start the season with. Yeah, that's true. Keep running that rock. You got 3 great running backs. It's a 3rd and long here. You're gonna have to pass there, but even still, you got good punt position. Worst comes to worst, assuming you don't turn over the ball or take a sack. Kind of exactly what I told you not to do. Brutal, but still. It's a long game. Paris are down a receiver. Zach Edwards does not look comfy. I don't think we have any. We don't have live stats, do we? From as much as I love EFA, he cannot be expected to make live stats. There's so much one man can do. Ooh, good catch by Laura. Puts fucking laces through that one. Let's go. Get it, get it, get it. Great punt. Down it. Great punt. Laura, low key. All-star punter. Low key. I'm just saying. He's been very effective. He's been good in all facets, to be fair. This is what we wanted. This is what we needed. We needed a nice, close, competitive game. I did not know that. I know you had that Irish dude a couple of years ago. Now, Laura's done a stand-up job. It was another RPO, going back to take it down. Take it down doesn't get hit while doing so, but he did bring it in. I think he's really good. I think he could be an all-star. I'm trying to think. I was going to say, I think this year there's probably been an all-star at every team. I don't think we're Prague. Yeah, like Prague, no. Everyone else, yes. Even if at the Raiders it's Laura, a punter or kicker, I think it is truly valid. Oh, Edwards again taking a hit. He got the first. He's taking another hit. Let's rewatch your stream for last weekend. Thanks for putting a word out for Camp Star. No worries, man. No worries at all. Like, he just, look at this hit, like, boom! He's taking him. He's taking him. Again, Zach's a big dude. He's what, 6'3", 220? I don't know what the fuck that was for. What the fuck is Hugo doing? And it was a little bit chippy, but that was not needed. What are you doing, Hugo? Rare Hugo L. I'm not going to lie. Shit, Precious is, I think, holding his hand or his arm. Yeah, it looks like he said tapped his arm. A world without Precious is a world I don't want to live in. He's messaged me once, I think, in his entire life, and I don't think it was a very happy message. Camel was about, but I